So, hello everyone, it's time for full dive. So later than usually, I went on Twitter just before I was watching the episode, right? And I was like, oh, people are getting taken down left and right for different animes. So I was like, oh shit. So I used to remove a lot of videos on the channel. I have to think about what we can do this week then. Because Nagatoro, one person is with, maybe two, but one person has the image list. And yeah, you know, I love Nagatoro. So I'm gonna watch Nagatoro, maybe it's be on Twitch. But I'm thinking I should probably will just do it on YouTube, but then I'll just, remove the video afterward myself. So I can, have it up in like a day or so. So I can see it anyway. Kind of do the other series or so on. Maybe. Because yeah, I really love, of course, Nagatoro. Vivi, it's also an anime I think is really good, right? That unfortunately a lot of people is with Vivi. So that, I don't know. I mean, I like Vivi, but man, I've seen like 5 people has the VVs removed, so I just can't. That doesn't feel worth the risk, right? But I start thinking maybe Twitch is VV, something like that. We'll see what I do with that. Shadow House as well, another anime. A lot of people. It's the same company, right? And yeah, Shadow House is an anime I also like, but I don't like it as much as I maybe like Nagatoro or so on. So I won't take the chance with Shadow House either, probably. And also 86 then was removed for a lot of people, so that I just deleted immediately. I was 86, I deleted immediately. There's no way I'm getting issue for 86, man. I just deleted all my 86 videos immediately. The anime is such a troublesome, badly written anime. There's no way. It would be kind of funny though, because it really would be like censoring my, opinions about things at 86 though. I did actually react to it. I just reviewed it, with like one image of talking about like my favorite scene at the worst episode. So it absolutely would be fair use. It's me talking, right? Oh, this is a bad whatever. So it was absolutely fair use, but I was like, sometimes the companies, they really tight that they like review 86, they like strike. It would make sense though to remove my video to 86 because I had so much critique on it, right? So I was like, I don't think so. But anyway, I see what to do more with that. I saw a very clear pattern what the company was doing it. So I am also looking at, unfortunately, probably removing some other videos that we did last season and so on from the same company, right? Kind of backtracking is to, be sure removing those as well, perhaps. I must see about it. For example, they are after, I think, 7 Deadly Sins. But 7 Deadly Sins, I always only do, timer reaction only, right? Just me talking. So it's no copyright on the 7 videos, for example. So that shouldn't be necessary. Unfortunately, sometimes the company doesn't care, right? They use the title, right? It happened to me, last year. I had a video, or more than one video, but they didn't even show there was no copyright in it. Just me talking, no other. I never showed the anime, just timer only, and they still gave me. Then of course I appealed and YouTube actually removed it, so it was fine. But yeah, like we're gonna see with that, I guess. We think about it more, but that's why I used before the video here. I used to remove like the Shadow House and the VV videos and so on, yeah, because I saw a lot of people saying with VV and 86. Those 3 especially Shadow House, VV, 86. There's only one guy talking about Nagatoro, but still, that's my favorite anime this season. It's like, damn it, Nagatoro, the best anime, right? So that's very unfortunate, and so on. So still do with that, but Nagatoro, I'm gonna watch. Worst case scenario on Twitch, right? Yeah. So there's no way I'm not watching Nagatoro, and probably VV2, and probably all 3 probably Twitch at worst case scenario. But like I don't know, those 3 animes: Shadow House, VV, 86. If anyone else watches this, if you're an anime channel, right, those seems to be very dangerous right now, because I've seen so much people the last hour now talking about those 3 animes. But anyway, let's watch Full Dive now. Author as in the same author as from Hero. Doesn't feel like it, but it apparently it is. As I said that a few times now. Gonna watch the anime, right? Last episode was a lot better. I think that's the best episode so far by a lot, like a lot margin. Definitely the best episode with so much better with the previous episodes. And also at the same time, it was completely inside the anime though, right? Or the game, inside the actual fantasy world. It wasn't in the real world, right? So I think that's the big issue with anime always. Then it's only in the real world thing. That is not good. Should be isekai. And as I'm watching it, so 3, 2, 1, and go. But yeah, so I usually move like 30 videos in the channel now. I mean, as I said, 86 immediately. I was like, as soon as I saw someone, I saw Memory and K was like, I was like, removed. I was like, I used to remove them all immediately. I wasn't even, there was like 0 for me. I was like, bad like that. I was like, I didn't move them all immediately. I didn't even question it for a second. You know, the only time I question it, if I like that, like Nagatoro, I'm like, man, yeah, because if I see that some guy issue with Nagatoro, he did show the full video though, so he was clearly, you know, maybe not fair user. He was. I mean, he obviously has a worse case than my videos, right? Because, you know, my videos I talk more, you know, I don't show the video, so he clearly has a worse case than I have. But still, though, seeing anyone having issue with an anime you really like, right? You want to review and react or a game, whatever, right? It's you know, activity. Like, for example, it's generally Nintendo, right? Nintendo used to go after so much people back in the days, and they eased up on that like 2 years ago. But the same thing, right? Because I remember, not this channel then, but way back when I was streaming some other games and so on, I was like, I want to stream Nintendo games, right? But then I also knew that everyone had issues with Nintendo and Konami, so I was like, I guess I don't. And that's what's annoying, right? Because you like the games, but you were like, I guess I don't talk about them. Because I remember Angry Yo got like for a Zelda review, and he was like cosplaying as Link and Zelda and so on. And I was like, how could this video not be fair use, right? Of course he, you know, fought it, but he, you know, but it was like, ugh. Nintendo is notorious for that, but so Nagatoro I felt the same way today. I was like, oh, man, I want to keep watching Nagatoro, right? Where like Shadow House, I feel like, I mean, I like Shadow House, but if I don't have, if I can't watch it because everyone's getting the video mood, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do it. I won't. I mean, it annoys me. I like the anime a lot, but I did like it as a lot. That felt, you know, like a Nagatoro. So it's like a 10 out of 10 show for me. Okay, chance of survival, 0.1%. That's some kind of stall or strategy. This is very JRPG, you know, very classic. You go back to your home, it is being burned down. This is a Star Wars thing and so on, right? Does this event happen every now and then? Like, what trigger this thing? Yeah, what's happening? Okay, that was kind of weird. Why don't you push him down immediately? It's like, everyone in this game is so crappy. And he's like, hey, shut up! He just smacks him down. Yeah, like, why is everyone pushing him down for? This game isn't realistic. They're too mean. Come on. It's not realistic at all. It's one thing that they will talk to him, but why would they push him down, everyone? He's probably wants time to fix his sword up because it's like burning. I mean, he's probably like, yeah, it's no time for that. I'm leaving. This is burning, right? Oh my god, Goblin Slayer time! Wouldn't she know about this before? Hasn't it ever happened before in the game? It's a weird game where it never happened before. Okay, and she never experienced that before? The game had to run 50 years first? The game had to run for so many years until there was... Like, how can she never experienced this before? Yeah. He's happy to fight monsters, great. Okay, fight the goblins! It was my room! That is no sword! God damn it! But no, but... Like, you can use my blacksmith, I'm leaving, man. I'm dying anyway. You can do whatever you want, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, eventually. 10 days later, it's like, yeah. What a fun game. Stand here for a few days there. And then it's like, I can finally fight them. Everyone's dead outside, I can finally fight. Yeah. Man, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the NPCs, man. Nah, look at the assets. But you need to remove the rust, man. It's like, come on. I can club them. Why would goblins have ogre-like strength? They aren't ogres, right? Like, what? Doesn't make any sense. 100% dice. Okay, what's her plan then? Are you gonna hide? Oh, he's gonna read something secret here now. If you die in real life, is finally truth here. You just log out from the game. You just log out from the goddamn game, man. Just turn off the game. You probably die in real life or something. No, it would be too simple. It's something stupid. You probably get in prison or something. Too much manga, man. That would happen. The game isn't that bad. I don't know, man. It would make sense in this game, but okay. Then what happens then? I think it'd be something really stupid. You break your game console probably. You pay a new game console. You buy a new game console. Exactly, your game console's gonna break. You have to buy a new game console. What? Yeah, no, you have a lot of money, man. You're gonna buy a new PlayStation every time you play this game. Yeah, this is so stupid because that thing would be illegal to say clearly. Because the console makers wouldn't allow it, the regulators. No, this game is stupid because it wouldn't make any sense because let's say you made this PlayStation, right? You made this game. Then Sony would be like, you can't put this on our console because you can't explode our PlayStation console because it's losing us money, it's illegal, and so on. So it wouldn't be. Okay. Yeah, I mean, everyone's gonna destroy all the game consoles, right? Yeah, this is just so. At least now it's like this was the worst game ever because. Yeah, at least now it's like it's the worst game. At least like she explains that the company got sued for it and they tried to sue them and so on, but you can just throw it away. You don't have to pay it. You just log out. Yeah, stop playing the goddamn game. Can you stop playing the game? I'll be like, wait, my console is destroyed. I'm just gonna stop playing the game. That's why it's not worse as an isekai because you can stop playing the goddamn game. You can save here. Do it. Let's bail. No, that's gonna be in combat. If it opens the door, it's gonna be in combat, right? It's gonna be combat and you can't save anymore. It's gonna be so stupid now. Here's when I checked them out. Then it's like you're in combat now. You can't be. Yeah, now it's in combat because the goblin sees him. And now it's like log out, log out, log out. Oh, I can't log out. I'm in combat. I don't know. If you can never battle that if you can die, right? Hello, I'm the kid! An NPC kid! No! Oh, Gashan! I played Moreau yesterday, yeah, with the whole. Yeah, you're gonna lose 100,000 yen, man! I will sell it for a higher price. What? No, we are buying it from you, woman. I was an other game store. Why would I go to your extra expensive game store for? Yeah. Oh man, this brutal Leona. She's like, you can't care about her. She's an NPC. She's just an AI. Have no value. What about my friend Martin? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna save her even though it's an NPC. But how will you save her then? Run in, get in the combat, lose game console. But shouldn't everyone I want him to die? She can sell him more game consoles. But again, why would he go to her store for? Are you? Oh, you like them young, eh? I see, that makes sense. You like them young. Is the girl still lying on the ground though? What? They're like super fast? What? It's like speedsters? What is happening? Why is the goblin he eats the arm easily? Okay. Goblin Slayer time. Why are the goblins super fast for? I don't make any sense. Yeah, he's like super fast, really. She's talking about ogres, but to me, he's more like super fast. Yeah, like what? Like it's like a lightning speed goblin? What is this? This doesn't make any sense. Why is he so fast for? But he's like, yeah, that's right, the goblins are pretty powerful. Then he's more like he's like a lightning speed guy. You avoid the goblins, but what do you fight then? Slimes? Yeah, but what do you fight then if you can't fight a normal goblin? Where's Goblin Slave when you need him? And she hasn't moved at all. Jesus Christ, instead of running away when the soldiers fight him. That makes sense. I mean, certainly the best player. Shohei? Who was his Shohei? No, of course he's like a professional boxer in real life. So he's powerful in the game. Of course, he's like a powerful boxer in real life, right? He's like, I became a powerful boxer by fighting goblins. Yeah, I trained in this game. I trained in this game to fight the goblins. I'm a good boxer now. Of course. But your body just lays still though, so I don't know. He's mental, I guess, but still. Oh yeah, discount. Still higher than a normal game store. Yeah, he keeps going to another store. What's wrong with her? She's the worst businesswoman ever. Why would you ever go to that store? New fresh pants? She's like, you know, because... Yeah, you still reek, hero. I can smell it. Essence. No, she's like, nope. Nope, you gotta fix your smell, boy. Then you can say to the girl after you. Yeah, let the people die first. Then you can. Not a good hero, man. Should ignore it was her annoying. You can save the girl from the goblins. Where's going the Goblin Slayer, man? He knows like it's time for Goblin Slayer. He's like, oh no. Get some good old blacksmith pants on him. The anime is very slow paced, man. Haven't left this blacksmith house the full episode. The anime is notoriously slow paced. They're adapting, you know, the volumes very, very slowly in the per episode. No effect on it. Will he die then? Why would he then buy it? He can't die. Why would he buy a new game console play this game? But the goblin is super fast though. The goblin is like lightning speed. You teleport behind him. I know the goblin. Yeah, but I mean, and he's like goblin. It's like 50 of them probably. It's like what? It's probably an army of goblins. It's probably more than 2. Why would it only be one goblin, right? It's not like a boss plan. It's like a goblin. My game console! Can you log out? Looks like my Imoto! No! Kari Imoto-chan! No! He's like, it looks like my Imoto! I gotta save her! Imoto! He used to be a runner, so can't he run faster with her? I don't know, he used to be a runner this. He could use his speed to run, maybe. He's doing the Piccolo savior! Okay, man, he's gonna Piccolo him. Okay, he could avoid it. The soldiers couldn't, but he could avoid it for some reason. Even though they're like super fast. What happened to the lightning speed goblin? Why isn't he just killing her for? This doesn't make any sense. Why he basically teleported before. What is happening? They were like, you know, flashing around, you know, yeah, Quicksilver style. Like, what's happening now then? But you know, goblin's gonna goblin, you know, they're gonna Goblin's gonna goblin. He should be around. He should be fast, right? He should be. Oh, he unlocks some. Okay, he turned into lightning speed. What's happening? Okay, and suddenly he's going the Flash. What's happening? So he finally unlocked a player skill. He's fast. He got the running speed of the Quicksilver or the Flash or whatever. What? Like, yeah, Speed Force. Yeah, I've been a fast runner, so how did he do that thing? So you can actually learn skills in the game? Maybe just unlock the skill, you know? Like I unlocked an actual speedster skill. Probably save a Tesla out of me. He's probably saved now by, yeah, Tesla or... Probably Tesla. Or the girl, you know, but... Tesla-san! Like... Yeah. Pretty boy. Oh man, it's a Goblin Slayer. No, suddenly he unlocked some lightning skill. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. The strongest guardsman of Ted. Tesla Wolf Carmine. Thundery Tesla. I made sense of Tesla, electric power, you know. Yeah, Nikola Tesla. Yeah. Yeah. Lightning guy, you know, of course. But it's been more goblins than 2 goblins. It's like burning down the city. He's like, Kadeshan, Imoto! Gotta save my Imoto, right? I finally feel like a hero, yeah. It's like... No title? Lightning Hero? Ah! He likes them young, yeah, he likes them young. Mama! She's not right now. She's like, oh, this will be fun. You had the one if it was something is the admin be like, this will be fun. Yeah. It's weird though that the game uses so bad titles. But maybe ask him how he was so fast. Yeah, I can ask him how he was so fast, right? How did you suddenly lightning speed that shit? Shenshi? Ooh, got money for it too, man. You get compensation for it. Nice. You get good salary for being a hero. Nah, I should take yes, of course. It's way better. You get a teammates. You know, yeah, you get a party member, right, basically. Get money for it. This is like the best deal for him so far, though. Yeah, probably. Tesla can defend him. It sounds like the best deal so far he has in the game. But maybe it's gonna be really bad working for them. But this sounds better. And you can train him to fight and so on, right? He can be trained by someone at least. Maybe not Tesla, but someone can train him. Yeah, like he actually can learn some martial or something. But of course the game console is destroyed if you die in the game. It's basically a dying, have you explode your game console. Realistic hardware game, have you destroyed your console. Now it's back in the world though. Yeah, how do you stand it? I got a big oppa girlfriend, that's what I stand it. She's really big, man. See? He's like, what? How would you play that game? Like, why would you stop playing it? Like, this is horrible, man. Yeah, I thought more like regulatory illegal, probably. Saving the NPC girl, man. It was like saving his little sister. So of course it happened now. It's like some kind of weird love-hate. But the game isn't really hard. The game is just stupid. Yeah, that is shooting this anime. It's writing right. He's like, the game is extremely hard. No, it's more like it's stupid. It's not hard necessarily. It's not like you have to take hard decisions. You know, the game is just more stupidity, more than being hard, right? Like he hasn't done any, you know, hardcore puzzles or whatever, intelligent IQ tests or whatever. They don't, like the game hasn't really been hard for him. You know, there are a lot of games that are much harder, right, to win actually. Like something like StarCraft, it's much harder clearly, but it just isn't that stupid. I guess it's gonna be the Kamui guy or something, probably. Yeah, you trash! It sounds exactly like Demon Slayer there. Yeah, same, what's it? Yeah. Sounds like the boring Ishinosu, yeah. But how does he know all the paths? You know what I mean? I just like that he knows all the paths. Has he played the game 55 times? How would he know all the different paths, right? Doesn't make any sense that he would know different paths. He's the best player ever. He should know only the best path, basically. Or a few paths, but like not all the paths. Like why would he know what happens if you die, you know? If you fail someone. Yeah, but this is like Demon Slayer. Or Betelgeuse. Nice, here allies. Wow, a lot, 100 NPCs, man, that's not badass. Yeah, but you're a loser, but yeah. Okay. Hide from the goblins. Yeah, dig a hole, use hide. But why does the goblin always come for? This game makes no sense, Jesus Christ. This game makes no sense. This is probably the worst then. 1%. 0.1 probably. This is probably the worst chance, right? This is the worst option, of course. Okay, this is the worst option, of course it is. Yeah, it's the worst option to fight with Tesla. Yeah, title was of course 0.1%, right? But why? Doesn't explain at all why. You could just not play the game. That's just this anime fails so much. Come on. Here we go to ending though. We're gonna have the shake, man. This is the half the end. The half the episode. We're gonna get it to the ending, so you get to see the shake, right? You get to see the girls like, come on. This is the best part. So we do, you know, like come on. Yeah. Get to the wanna shake style. Then we get the oppas, you know. Yeah, massive oppas, and then we get, you know, some fruit slicer shake, you know. And and then we get, you know, crazy yandere shake. Yeah, come on. They're both yandere, but I mean she's like short, yeah. Emote doesn't shake for some reason. What is the anime? It's called an anime and the emote doesn't shake. I don't understand. Why isn't the emote not shaking for? It ruins the ending, I guess, in that sense, but yeah. And it's like, come on, man. I love you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oppies. This kind of ending. You're like, yeah, the draw Oppies. Oppies shakes. The goddamn ending. So the fan service ending. Holy moly. But yeah, so of course, I mean, the title was 0% chance. It was pretty obvious that go with Tesla is gonna be the worst option. That was like, of course it is. It didn't explain it all why though, but I guess you're gonna have to fight them goblins straight up with him or something. But the first option sounds harder to even get to, right? 100 allies, like how would you even get there? Yeah, so that sounds like a really hard thing to even accomplish. Again though, the whole Kamui character doesn't make any sense. Like how is his... I mean, how has this character tried all different paths? And people argue he's maybe a developer, but he's too young to be a developer unless he was really some kind of genius developer. I don't know, it seems weird. Like, how does he know all the paths, right? There's one thing that he would say like, oh, I heard my friend did path A, I did path B, but he's like, but he's even saying like, oh, I tried path C, you know, going with the mercs. That was the hardest one to do and so on. So he even has seemingly played every path. Doesn't make any sense, you know. Why would this guy play every path of the game? maybe it's a quality assurance guy, maybe works as a tester on the game. That is probably more reasonable. He's like a QA guy, and he had to play all the paths to test them out, and like test the difficulty curve and find bugs and so on. But generally, testing it that works, in every shape or form, and that's why he knows the game so well, because he had to actually work there and test every possible scenario. That's the most reasonable thing would be either that or the game designer. Like if a coder doesn't make any sense, no. Like because trust me, coders they don't know shit. No, no, trust me. Like if you work for game development, the coder guys they know very little honestly of the actual gameplay and so on. Even if they're gameplay coder, no. But what I mean is that most coders, right? Say they have 20 coders in a game, right? Like a big game, or even probably more. But it's 20 coders. They're coding like one part each. You know what I mean? Like the one coder guy has to do the network code, right? Maybe more than that, but like they had 5 people doing network, okay, it's network coding. One guy is coding the UI, right, or maybe you ship that to the designer, but probably one guy is doing UI coding. One guy is coding like the status system and this kind of buffs and shit, so right. One guy, maybe 5 guys is coding like the gameplay, right, actual combat game and so on. So that's kind of how the typical developer, kind of the code developer, has the viewpoint. You kind of know their one area, you know what I mean? But if you're a game designer, especially if you're a lead game designer, you actually look at all the areas. So he could be like a game designer, right? And he's actually like looked at all the different areas and looked at different scenarios, and he designed the different pathways. That makes more sense because then you have time to actually look at all this stuff. Or then if it's a QA, right? Because a QA, he would actually play all the different scenarios, right? He might be one of the used to kind of testing them manually, and he would actually go through every scenario during the development, which means that the QA is probably the one that has actually the most look at the all if it's a really big game, because again, even if the designer might know different stuff, right? If you have a really big MMORPG game, you're still gonna have one guy designing combat, one guy designing all the levels, right? One guy designing different paths, and the lead designer might know all the stuff, right? But you get my point. So the designers, while there are definitely fewer of them than the code, makes 5 designers, right? They still have a split of the 5 different parts of the game, right? And the boss is like the 6th, and the lead designer, he might know everything though. But a QA guy could theoretically play all the different paths, just because he's testing it, right? So yeah, like he sounds that if he's a developer, if he worked on the game, I would say he's set. The way he said, like, I tried this path, that was the hardest. That sounds like he's a QA guy. He played all the different difficulty curves, and tried them and analyzed them, for the development team, and said, oh, this thing is very hard, this thing is possible, and this thing should probably be buffed, it should be nerfed, and so on. And so yeah, the way he spoke, if I'm gonna be like realistic speaking here, he would be a QA tester, right? But probably that's the most likely thing. But otherwise, so he's like a gamer. But, yeah, it doesn't make any sense that he used to be like a video gamer, right? And the thing is that he was too young, people said, to be a developer. I can live with it if it's like, again, a QA, right? Because QA is kind of like because a tester, that's usually the first role you have, right? So if you go out college or whatever, the first job you have usually is a tester, right? So can you start with that and then you work your way upwards, right? Usually, maybe coder, because you need so much coder. It depends, of course. You have some artists and so on, but if you want to work with like game design or maybe coding or in those areas, you should test it first. People like artists and VFX people, they usually don't do that, because it's more a portfolio art thing, right? Code maybe not, because usually that's what you mean. You usually need the most coders, so you can kind of I would say easily that game companies takes the most chance with coders generally, because you need some money, right? So it's less of a bar to get a job as a coder. I want to involve. I mean, not what I mean, honestly. I mean, I'll say every code is bad. I'm just saying that I think a lot of game companies are more willing to like hire a mediocre programmer than like a mediocre game designer, because for a game designer, for like a MMORPG, you need like 5, maybe a little more, but depends on big games. You need like 1 lead game designer, you know what I mean? You need very few of them, but you need like 20, 30, 40 code strats, depending on the size. So I mean, obviously, when you want to hire like a game designer, you need to be the best, right? You need to only have one of them. And you have one level designer, maybe 2 level designers, so you need a few of them to be really good, right? But honestly though, this is actually, if we're going to be really honest though, from a development standpoint, probably the people have the least skills. I mean, not skills, but like not skills, but the least quality, I guess. You know, internally, it's probably like VFX or audio engineering, something like that. I'm not saying that every audio engineer or basically VFX are bad. I'm just saying that in my experience, there are so few people being like VFX engineers, kind of, or VFX artists. There are very few. So people ask me something, oh, I want to work in the game industry. What should I do? I'm like, well, I don't like this personally. But I'd probably be like a VFX, like a lighting artist, because so it's more technical artistry. So you have to be able to kind of script and code a little bit, right? And you do art. That role is so uncommon, or there's so few of them. I mean, so like when I worked, the companies I work for, they hire any kind of schmuck they can do half with, because it's like no one wants to do it, you know, because it's just they're the rarest. So they have their lowest skill set definitely internally. Doesn't mean that it's amazing VFX people, but you know what I mean. So that's like I'll say there's a buyer's market if you're like a VFX guy, because there's so few of you, so you can just wear. Designer is the seller market, right? Designer is like a lot of people want to be a designer, and you only have like 1 or 2 designers. So that's the company has all the power, right? Versus the all the way around. VFX is like you might need man too, but anyway, him being a tester then that would make the perfect sense, I guess, because as I said, then testers are young. You know, I mean, they're younger. He might be like 20. He might start testing already as a teenager. You know, getting paid for it. Yeah. So that would actually be like believable. He also might just be like some alpha tester, right? That actually didn't get paid. Some alpha beta tester that was working voluntarily, like just testing the game, right, by for a company. That probably makes the most sense. He was some kind of early alpha tester or something that just got the game because he knew someone or whatever, right? Or subscribed to some company site, and he got a very early build and he started playing the game and tested it, and yeah, it was like an alpha tester. That actually, even thinking about it, that makes the most sense. That makes a lot of sense. That I can, because I remember when I was a kid, I worked of course on some game. I made my own game. I made some money even when I was like 13, 14. But also back in the days when I was like teenager, I got to test World of Warcraft and so like I got to test those games very early, right, before they were released. I'm not WoW, but like the expansions one. And that was really cool. You actually pour, but basically if you do that, you're like a you're like a unpaid tester, right? You know what I mean? But a lot of people do it, right? Like I worked on my game a few years ago. We had a lot of beta testers, right? They volunteered. It's how it kind of goes in the IT industry, right? You give someone an early build, and they actually many of them want to test it and give you feedback and so on, right? So that makes sense. That he would be like a teenager. He could definitely be like a 12, 13-year-old teenager playing the game as an alpha build before it's released. That makes sense. I think that actually that I feel pretty that would make perfect sense, I think. Anyway, as I said last thing again then, unfortunately again as I pointed out here, right, it's like more on Saturday, so when I don't know, I used to remove for example the 86 videos immediately, and all the stuff, right. I removed Shadow House, VV, I like those animes, and also Nagatoro. So and then I moved some other animes, some old animes, because I saw the same company having those animes. I didn't care about, so I was like, whatever. Like no one watched like a 2-year-old show that I reacted to review like 1 or 2 years ago. She didn't get much traction anyway. I was like, whatever, just move the video. But yeah, so we'll see how we do. But Nagatoro, I said, I did that anime. I'm not gonna stop doing Nagatoro. It's like my favorite anime season, right? And I only saw one person having issues. So far, I only see one person having issues with Nagatoro, and it took 2 videos to 1 issue. So I don't know. That seems way less likely then, because a lot of people, doing reviews and reactions to Nagatoro, right? Yeah, so that seems way less dangerous as well. So my favorite show and less dangerous, right? But I'll say it again here then. I feel there's no way at 86, absolutely no way, because everyone is talking about the 6 being removed. I didn't like it anyway. And VV, same thing there, right? Those two have, I've read like 5-6 people today now with those 2 animes, and then Shadow House as well. Fewer of those, but the same company. The thing is that if you see the same company, you're not removing, X and Y. You're also going to be afraid of Y. You know what I mean? Because if they're going after everyone on X, right, and they also have started going after people on Y, it's safe to assume that they're probably going to go after more on Y, and X, of course, but also Y. So yeah, so those 3 animes, I don't know. I guess I put it on. I think about maybe Twitch, yeah, because I just don't feel like VV. I really like VV, right? And I like Shell House too, so that's annoying. It's also annoying if you like the anime. And for example, do some random more anime. I don't want to shit on more anime, but let's say I don't know. Okay, Sundays I watched Guru Bender anime, right? Guru Bender anime. If I had told me that anime is dangerous to review and so on, I would be like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's like cute kind of romantic anime, but whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would be like, yeah, whatever. It's a big problem. But Vivi, I'm like, yeah, man, Vivi is great written. A serial writer. Yeah, I want to support Vivi. So that feels annoying. But anyway, I don't want to make too much about it here. Maybe I'll make another update video later. But it's unfortunate how it is on YouTube, right? When you do, Apple is not just anime, it's gaming too. Yeah, it's been, as I mentioned earlier, Nintendo, was notorious for that in the past and so on, right? So it's fortunate. And I think one last thing I say too is that one reason also is fortunate because when now a lot of people then have said, oh, I got for 86, okay. So I looked at their channels right before this video, and let's be honest here, some of them are clearly, I would say, not fair use, you know what I mean? Because they don't comment, they don't do like me, they don't comment right, don't really react. Do you show the whole video? I mean, so those people should get their videos taken down. I won't say which one here, but I think some of them are clearly not fair use. And some of them are like mine. We have a timer right. Maybe I show a few seconds right. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't even show the anime. It's me talking like 7 seconds. That's clearly by far obviously fair use, right? So it's also unfortunate that I think I said it earlier too for like 2 years now, but I think it's very clear that it's very unfortunate. Some people, right, they do this, anime videos and so on, and they show, too much of the show, right? They show like minutes of it, right? Some people do reviews and use like, here's my favorite clip, and it's like 5-minute clip, and then talk for 1 minute, right? Here's another 5-minute clip. That's not fair use. You know what I mean? That's not really fair use, then, right? So a lot of people do that, right? And then the Japanese companies, you see one of the videos, they see person X doing that, they're like, screw that guy. That is removed, right? Then I see person Y doing like what I'm doing, and they're like, it's probably screw him too, you know what I mean? So I think that's an issue too. I wish there were much more clearly guidelines, and it is all those people that I would say isn't fair use, they will remove immediately, and then people that are doing like me, so it's like no, but seriously, I think it's an issue. I think it's a big issue because there are people that are clearly not doing it in a nice way, and some people are, right? And then some people are in the middle, right? It's a big race, of course, who's in the middle. But I think there are some people that are clearly not doing it in a proper way, so to speak, right? And they should be removed. But then the company sees that. That's one reason, right? The company sees their videos and they go after everyone, right? In a similar manner. Because they're like, well, that guy, all the guys probably the same thing, right? They don't really try to, measure and gradually, right? So it's also an issue with that too, that I think a lot of people, unfortunately, puts in the attention, so to speak, for me and other YouTubers, right, and so on, because there is, of course, a huge gradual difference, right, between what someone X is doing and what Y is doing, right. It can be worlds apart, right, if it's okay or not. It really can, but unfortunately, they kind of have this, like, the kind of scorched earth kind of blanket, is remove it all, right, which is probably because they see the worst videos and they're like, F it all, So that is, I think, very unfortunate. I think it's very unfortunate. For example, as I said again, I love Nagatoro. My Nagatoro videos are clearly, of course, okay, because it's me talking about, there's no audio. I'm only showing brief scenes, if anything, right? And I'm laughing and screaming and doing my, my gestures and everything. It is clearly a video about me, right? And me, my reaction. No one's watching my Nagatoro video for the actual anime. You're watching, so to speak, you're watching for my reaction, my reviews to the anime, right? It's very, very clear. But they have other people, right, that are showing the whole video and being like, she's funny. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's clearly not fair. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But anyway, I will talk about it more later, maybe tomorrow. So I have to think about it, right? I have to. This is unfortunate. I mean, I already removed a lot of videos today, right? Yeah, won't take any chance with, like, as I mentioned, those three anime, primarily those three anime, 86, and those three animes are like immediately gone, because if several people have that issue, I mean, then it's like an obvious pattern, right? But I will see you guys for more with Zombieland Sega and House of Medieval.